Hey everybody, my name is Nigu and you are watching the Trading Setup channel. Today's video is aimed at those who want to understand market mechanics a little bit better. We're going to take an interesting strategy and we're going to break it down and see what makes it tick. And as always, minimum theory, maximum practice and clear examples. If you want to learn more about trading, make sure to join my free trading community on Telegram. There I share extra information and do live trading sessions. To join, you can click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. Now, let's head over to the platform and see what we have today. Let's get our platform set up so we can start exploring today's strategy. First thing we need to do is add some indicators to our chart. We're going to do this now. First thing we add is a moving average, but we're going to change the settings of it. We're going to make sure we change it to WMA. This is a weighted moving average. We're also going to change the period to 50, and the style is has no impact on the strategy, but it makes it easier for me to see crosses and stuff like that. So I make my moving averages lines a little bit thicker, but you don't have to. As long as you got that on 50, you're golden. We're going to hit save on that. Next up, we're going to add the stochastic oscillator. We're not going to make any changes to it. If you want to make visual changes, feel free, but we're going to leave it on the default settings for this. So here's something a lot of people misunderstand about the stochastic oscillator, especially new traders. Most new traders, and for that matter, most traders, will tell you that the stochastic oscillator indicates that there's reversal areas when it goes into overbought and reversal areas when it goes into oversold, and that's the way that most people use it. The fact of the matter is that the stochastic oscillator was designed as a continuation indicator, meaning that as the stochastic oscillator moves into oversold or overbought, it's telling me that there's a higher chance of this to continue than to reverse. So a lot of people is using this in a very opposite way of what it was designed to do. So how do we remedy this? We're going to use it today from the perspective that it is a continuation indicator and not a reversal indicator. And let me just take off the auto scroll here. We're going to look at it from that viewpoint. And as we know that moving averages often serve as dynamic support and resistance areas, and we can clearly see this here. Price was broke through this, it hit the moving average here, broke through, came back down, retested it on the break again, and from there for a while it's been sticking to the moving average, and then it broke through, and after that it also used this moving average as a kind of support for a bit, broke through properly, and this will happen. This always happens. It doesn't mean that when price hits the moving average that it will necessarily bounce off it, but it is often used as dynamic support and resistance by price. And also, it's never going to be exactly on the. It's not always going to be exactly on the moving average. We can see clearly here that this was a beautiful rejection and it was almost smack dab on the moving average. But we can also see that sometimes it will be just above or just below the moving average. Here's another example where it was just below the moving average. Okay, so it's dynamic. We're going to use the moving average as dynamic support and resistance, and we're going to use the stochastic oscillator as a continuation indicator. So the way we're going to use this is we're going to first look at which direction price is moving. So whether it's moving above or below the moving average. If we take this example here, where price bounced off the moving average, it came back down to the moving average, but it didn't break through. And my stochastic oscillator then turned upwards, telling me that we are maintaining bullish momentum basically. So we would have taken a buy trade here, and because we're on 15-second charts, it will be 1-minute trades, and we're going to be looking for that. And the same as this, we had I should have maybe have taken this trade as an example, but when the moving average is when price is running below the moving average, we're just going to look for bearish crosses, especially if they are below the 50 line still. This would have been a beautiful trade. This is the kind of trades that I really like to take. And like this example here as well, where the crossover happened above the 50 line while price is still above this the moving average as well. These are the kinds of trades I absolutely love taking. Okay, so we're going to see if we can find a few trades like that. There's another example of a bearish crossover before the stochastic actually made it back through the 50 line. It turned back down, and we could have taken a continuation trade in this downwards direction. So we're going to get a lot of examples. It's a 15-second chart, but that's the way we're going to use it. So now that our platform is set up, we can start flipping through assets and see if we can pick up any entries. Okay, we're all set up, and we are now going to start flipping through some assets and see if we can pick up any trades using this specific strategy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip through some assets, and if we, the first thing we're going to look for is assets that are moving either above or below. This looks like we might get a decent entry here. I've got a bullish crossover on my stochastic. The stochastic didn't even bother to leave the overbought zone. So as I explained earlier, this will be a place where a lot of people take sell trades, because my stochastic is in overbought and it's turning down, and this is what a lot of people think, that okay, fine, the price will now come down because the stochastic is in the overbought zone and it's turning down. We can clearly see that this is not the fact, but because I know that that price is running above the moving average, and because I know that the stochastic is a continuation indicator instead of a reversal indicator, I know that the chances of me being correct on this trade is a lot higher, because the stochastic is in overbought instead of in oversold. So I'm taking a buy while the stochastic is in the overbought section, and I know that my chances of getting good entry is better than taking a reversal trade. There we go. That was a good entry. Let's see. So now these two lines are basically on top of each other and they're moving together. So I'm not going to bother looking for entries on this anymore. If you can't clearly see whether it's crossing over or not, simply change your asset and look for something where you do have very clear crossovers and stuff like that. Okay. Don't take trades that you are unsure of, whether the entry is falling within the parameters of the strategy. If you're not sure about it, don't take the trade. Skip to the next one. There's a lot of entries we're going to get, especially using a strategy like this on a 15-second chart. You're going to get a lot of entries if you're flipping through a bunch of assets. So this looks like we might get an entry here. Let's see if we do get the bearish crossover on the stochastic, and this is what I was saying. It's only a couple of seconds until the next candle. There we go. I waited for the crossover, and this is what I mentioned earlier as well. Don't anticipate that the crossover is going to happen. Wait for it to happen and then go for it. We should see price push down. We did close below, did we? We didn't quite close below that previous low there, but this was a decent enough candle. My stochastic hasn't really left the oversold area. It's turned downwards, bearish again, and it was to follow just on the heels of the rejection of the 50 moving average. So we should see 24 seconds. We're basically halfway through this, so we should see price continue its move, its way downwards over the next few minutes, at least, probably. But again, back to predicting, we do not predict. It's impossible. And I still say, a lot of people claim, none has been able to prove to me that they can actually predict the market. It's fairly impossible, but it's also fairly easy to simply follow what price is doing. And this is one of the ways we determine what price is doing. That's the reason, again, that's why we have strategies, to try and determine what price is doing, and we just go along for the ride. That was a good entry. Let's see if we can find one more. And when you see movement like this is not something, I just skip that immediately. I ignore it. I will not look at assets that behave in that way. We might get an entry here. You can see all these crossovers here. Price is remaining above there we go. Price is remaining above the moving average. We did get this little dip through here, but basically stayed above the moving average. And my stochastic was coming down, turned back up before we even hit the 50 level. So it's heading back into the overbought area, telling me that we should see a push coming. It might be short term, might be long term, but this was a great candle. This was a great entry, actually. We're halfway through this, and now we just need to wait for the expiry time again to run out. But yeah, I really doubt it will come back all the way. But we'll wait and see. Like I said, it's impossible to predict what price will do, but we are simply following what price is doing. It's a very, very small difference in way of thinking, but it is super important to understand what that difference is, and to change your mindset to understand that we cannot predict what price is doing. There we go, successful. We cannot predict what price is doing, but we can very easily follow what price is doing. Okay, that's it. Great entry. And that's it for today. I hope the strategy was clear and helpful to you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And don't forget, I have a private trading community on Telegram where I share extra trading materials, and we do live trading sessions Monday to Friday. If you want to join, just send me a direct message and I'll send you an invitation. It's free, but spots are limited, so make sure you join today. Thank you for watching. You can support me by hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this video so you don't miss out on future videos as well. I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, may the pips be with you.